Hi, this is Jenny at Serenity Hills Academy, and this is going to be my first to be read YouTube video. And these are books that I am going to be reading for myself. I'm not setting a timetable, so these probably won't all get read this month. These are just the books I have coming up that I'm reading. A few of these books I'm actually reading at the moment, such as this one down here, Impulse by Ellen Hopkins. The second book in the Everworld series, because I already finished the first book. This is Land of Loss by K.A. Applegate. And then, because I just got this book in the mail from eBay, I had to replace my paperback copy. Let me get it over here. Steel Toes by Eddie Little. And it's taken me a while to replace this book because every place I've looked, they want $30 to $60 because it's out of print. I actually found this one for $7 on eBay, and it's actually signed by the author. Let me see if I can pop this page open. See, there's his signature. So I have that one. I've already started because I just recently watched the movie for the first book, which is Another Day in Paradise, which is also by Eddie Little. All of these books, except for Shutter Island, I have already previously read. This is the only book on the list that I haven't read ever. These books are kind of separated into series. This pile right here is a series, Everworld. I did read these in the late 90s, early 2000s when they first came out. I think I'm missing one or two of the later books. And then this is a series on, basically it's kind of an autobiographical series based on the writer's life, but he's changed some things. The main character's name is Bobby Prine. It's Prine. They don't say his last name in the movie, so I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. But let's start off. I'll start off with these because these aren't really a series. I love Christopher Pike. I try to read these. I've read these multiple times, but I enjoy these books. I have multiple copies of the same books because these are out of print. And then as they get re-released, they're updated, and I don't like the updated books. So this is See You Later by Christopher Pike. And this is what it looks like. This is an older book. And then I'm going to try to finish up reading Shutter Island. I have seen the movie multiple times, and I wanted to read the book. This book is by... This book called Impulse by Ellen Hopkins does have a sequel, but the sequel had different characters, and it was not one of my favorite Ellen Hopkins books because I was looking for a true sequel to the story in this one. And if you've never read Ellen Hopkins, her book is almost like a poem. I don't know if you can see if I can get that in there. This is how she writes. Trying to get that to focus a little bit. Maybe the back might help. So the back is like this. This is how she writes. Those aren't part of a series. The next ones I'll do are these. My husband and I have been trying to read this book together since last summer. I've read it multiple times. I've seen the movie a lot. So it's not where I have to read this book to enjoy this book. But I do want to reread this because the movie is a lot different than the book in a lot of areas. So there's Another Day in Paradise, which is out of print, but sometimes you can find cheaper copies of this book than the Steel Toes. And this is the book I'm currently reading because as soon as I got it, I wanted to start reading it. Then the other series that I've been reading is Everworld. I saw a couple of the early books at either a used bookstore or a half-price bookstore and decided, man, I really want to read these again. And then my husband ended up finding all of mine that had been put in storage. So this is the second book, Land of Lost, which I'm about... Actually, I have 2 copies of this book. This book, I'm not as far in. The other copy, I'm like back here. Because I couldn't find it for a while, and I just grabbed my second copy of that. And then, some of the other books look like this. If I can do this one-handed. We have Enter the Enchanted, Realm of the Reaper, and I'm kind of... sorry about that. Discover the Destroyer. And these are science fiction. Fear the Fantastic. Mama. Gateway to the Gods. Brave the Betrayal. Obviously, this one is one of my copies because the cover's pretty dented up. Mystify the Magician. And the last one I have is Inside the Illusion, and I think this might be the last book in the series. No, I think I might have these out of order, but those are the ones I have for that series. And that is what I'm reading this month, or not this month, but my current to-be-read books. And hopefully, as I get books read, I'm going to try to do some reviews on the books that I have read. But, and if another book crops up, like with my Steel Toes book, then it might get slid in there as well. Or if a new book comes out that I really want. Since I've read these before, it's not that hard for me to say, okay, I'm going to wait, read this book, and jump back. Because when I started reading the first book for the Everworld series, I had watched 13 Reasons Why and really wanted to read the book. So I slid 13 Reasons Why in and then came back to this. Because this isn't something that I have to read back to back to back. Okay, so that is my first book review. And I'll do a little slide again of the books, the spines. Oh, sorry about that. And then if I can focus... Well, it's not wanting to focus on these two, but that is my book haul. Thank you. Not book haul, my to-be-read list. Thank you.